Hello my lovely students, hope everything's fine with you. We continue lesson. So for today we are going to have lesson number 3, Chinese empires. And at the beginning we are going to make short review from some previous lessons. So try to remember, in chapter 4 you learned that in 771 BC the Zhou dynasty fell. The new Eastern Zhou period began. This was a weak dynasty because no one had real control. A series of wars broke out. This time often is called the period of the warring states. Large kingdoms fight one another for control of China. At least in 256 BC, the Eastern Zhou fell, but fighting continued. Then in 229 BC, one kingdom won control and united China. Huangdi ruled the Qin Dynasty. The dynasty lasted just 15 years. And Huangdi had about 7,500 life-size clay soldiers buried with him. Each one was at least 6 feet tall. Each one had a different look on his face. The civil war continued after Huangdi's death. 4 years later, the Qin Dynasty fell. And this way of building the tombs and how he arranged his after that life can make small comparison with pharaohs. They built pyramids, they were buried like a mummy, mummification, something. He made something different in his style. So just to have some small comparison with your country, and I will provide you more explanation about this dynasty.
One of the most recognizable symbols of China, the Great Wall of China has a long and complicated history. It is not just one wall, but many different walls and fortifications that were built over the course of thousands of years. The walls built at different times were often built with different materials, everything from packed dirt or wood to stone and brick. These walls were meant to protect China from invasion. The earliest walls were built more than 2,000 years ago when individual states built walls of packed earth and gravel between boards to protect their territories from attackers with swords and spears. Hundreds of years later, in 221 BC, the first emperor of China, Qin ordered the walls that divided his empire should be destroyed, and a new wall connecting the remaining pieces should be built, creating fortifications that protected the empire from northern attackers. No one knows exactly how long that wall was, or where it was built, as most of it has worn down or been destroyed. Over the next 1,000 years, different ruling dynasties repaired, rebuilt, or expanded sections of the wall. The leaders of the Ming Dynasty, which began in 1368, constructed the most famous version of the Great Wall. They began by building watchtowers and garrisons, later adding walls of stone and earth. New construction on the wall ended in 1644. At its height, the Great Wall stretched more than 13,000 miles, or about 22,000 kilometers in total length, making it the longest structure ever built by humans. In some places, the walls were 30 feet or 9 meters thick, and 25 feet or 7.5 meters tall, and it was studded with as many as 25,000 watchtowers. You may have heard that the Great Wall is so big that it can be seen from space, but that is only partially true. It cannot be seen at all from the moon, but from a much closer orbit it could be seen by someone who knew exactly where to look and what it would look like. Today, the Great Wall of China is a World Heritage Site, protected and maintained for all of humanity to enjoy. Only some pieces of the wall are taken care of, however, as it is simply too big and too damaged by time and old battles to repair and take care of it all. In fact, nearly 1/3 of the wall has completely disappeared, fallen down, and even the stones taken away by local people to use in building. Still, the Great Wall is the most popular place for tourists to visit in China, attracting millions of people each year. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Great Wall of China today. Goodbye till next time.
Goodbye till next time.
Okay, so I already told you about this dynasty. So in 210 BC, Qin Dynasty died. He was buried in a huge tomb that was cut into the side of mountain. It had taken tons of peasants many years of hard work to build the tomb. We're going to explain you this part about government. The Han Dynasty took control in 206 BC. This dynasty lasted more than 400 years. Han emperors were more joyful than Qin Dynasty. They gave nobles back some of their power. Peasants did not have to work as hard. The Han changed how the government worked. They did not give jobs to their friends or family. Instead, the Han set up an examination system. A person had to pass a difficult test to become a government official. Students went to special schools to prepare for the test. By 206 BC, China was a huge country of about 60 million people. China had many more people than any other country at the time. Who would manage all this land and all these people? Who would keep the peace? China needed a large or many well-trained officials. All the dynasties that followed the Han used the examination system. Those who passed the test become a part of bureaucracy. Future dynasty continued using the examination system until 1900s. So what is important for this part that you remember well examination system, why they use this, how they use this, and why this is important. It was very strict and it was very official, so not everyone can be in the government.
The Han Dynasty began in 206 BC when a man named Liu Bang, who had been born a peasant, led a group of generals to overthrow the Qin Dynasty. This started a 400-year period of prosperity, sometimes referred to as China's first golden age. The capital of the dynasty was at Chang'an, and at the time it was one of the biggest cities in the world. The Han Dynasty saw massive territorial expansion, with China's area almost doubling. The Han defeated the tribes to the north and signed treaties with the clans to the west. This made travel safer and led to the establishment of what became known as the Silk Road. This was the trade route connecting China with the Roman Empire, thousands of miles away in Europe. The Han also saw massive cultural developments, with Confucianism, which had been suppressed under the Qin, rising to become the state philosophy of China's aristocracy. Officials were evaluated on their conduct according to the Confucian values, and an imperial university was established to train them. It was also during the Han period that Buddhism spread to China from India. Buddhism's emphasis on compassion and universal salvation appealed to the masses. Along with Confucianism and Taoism, Buddhism became one of China's three main religions that would dominate the faith of the Chinese people for the next 2,000 years. The Han Dynasty gave rise to some of China's most well-known historical figures, such as Sima Qian, who wrote the Record of the Grand Historian, the definitive record of China's early history, and also Han Xin, the general who helped Liu Bang establish the Han Dynasty. The Han Dynasty was briefly interrupted in the year 9 AD, when the nephew of the empress, Wang Mang, seized the throne. 14 years later, Liu Xiu, a descendant of Liu Bang, eventually toppled him, and the Han Dynasty, with 12 more emperors, continued for another 200 years. But like all dynasties in Chinese history, the Han could not last forever. It officially ended in the year 220 AD. Trouble at court and uprisings across the empire led to its eventual downfall. The warlord Dong Zhuo led troops into the capital, kick-starting the battles between various warlords. Eventually, Cao Cao managed to establish the Wei state north of the Yangtze River. Sun Quan established the Wu state to the south of the Yangtze, and Liu Bei the Shu state in the west, starting the period known as the Three Kingdoms.
My lovely students, that would be all for this lesson. We have second part of this lesson for next video, for next session, next class. I wish you a great day. Enjoy your time, keep it up with good work, don't forget to study, and see you soon. Bye bye, big hug from your teacher Angela.